WanderWalkers. We thought, because we're quite budget travelers, I guess you could say, we thought that it might be a good idea to start a bit of a series weekly on how we like to save money when we travel. At the moment, we're currently in Melbourne. We don't have a lot of opportunity to travel until around the end of the year, beginning of next year. So we thought we could be doing some day trips out of the city on a budget. And you guys, if you're ever traveling in Melbourne, you can kind of follow that lead and see how we like to save money on our trips. And it kind of gives you a better overview of maybe Victoria in general in Australia. So we thought that it might be nice to sort of explore Victoria while we're still down here, while we're still living here, and share the experience with you guys.
To start off with this video, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how we save money. So we have a budget and we're going to go to the supermarket, buy some food, and then head down to Portarlington and then also to Port Lonsdale as well, down near Geelong. So it's probably about an hour and a half, I think, from Melbourne, and we can't wait to show you what it's like because we've never been there either.
And we've also got all our camera gear as well, so we're going to be showing you guys what we're using today in terms of camera gear, and maybe find and scout some places which might be good for photographs as well if you guys are into photography too. We've just come out of Coles, our local Coles, and bought a few things for our little day trip today. So this is our first step to saving money while you're traveling, is to really shop at grocery stores. And especially on day trips, if they if we do them quite regularly, then that's pretty much how we have to go about trying to save money, because food costs a lot and we like to eat a lot. So yeah, we definitely try and save money where we can when it comes to food. So first off, Dan, what have you got over there?
We got the classic roast chicken, only $8. So the good thing about this is that it's more than one meal, so you can have it for lunch, dinner, you can probably have it for lunch tomorrow as well. It lasts quite a while, so it's always good.
And then we've
bread.
also got, bread. So our local bakery has yesterday's bread at a very reduced rate. So I think we paid like $1.60 for that.
$1.60, I think.
Yeah, so we did have a budget of about, I think it was $25. So we were trying to keep everything under $25, and we really could have like had an even smaller budget, to be perfectly honest, but we were just getting some of the things that we generally like to have on like picnics or whatever. So we also bought a few other things in here. So we bought these sweet chili and sour cream chips, were I think they were $1.65 or something. They were on special, so we got those ones. And we've also got a few things in here. We've got Mersey Valley cheese, which is like a cheddar cheese. It's like our favorite, so we decided to pick some of that up. It's not generally very cheap, but it kind of worked in with our budget with everything else that we got today, so it's kind of like our little treat. We've also got a few packets of biscuits. So we've got these plain rice crackers from Coles. I think they were 90 cents. So we ended up getting 2 packets, which were seaweed rice crackers as well, also 90 cents. And as another little treat, we've got some chocolate surrenders, which are basically Tim Tams, except they're $2 less. So we decided to get those just as an extra. And we've also got some dips here. So we've got this Zoosh sour cream and chives dip, which I think cost us $2. I think that might have been on special as well. There's 220 grams worth of dip in there, so it's pretty good for $2. And we've also got another dip, and it's just the Coles homebread kind of thing, tomato capsicum pesto dip. So that was also $2, so that's really not too bad at all. We did get quite a bit of stuff, as you guys can see, and a lot of this will be eaten over the next few days as well, I'd say. We like to have a bit of a budget to start off with, and definitely the first step is to go to a supermarket, because even snacking in the car, sometimes on like road trips and that, we're actually pretty bad with that. So we do like to get some snacks beforehand, so we're not stopping at like McDonald's and everywhere else, and that definitely adds up after a while if you're having that for breakfast, lunch and dinner. And it's just nice to sort of go into the supermarket, because even service stations like and that sort of thing can be quite expensive at times. So I think that's a really, really good way to save money, especially even if you're going overseas somewhere. Just go into a supermarket and have a look at what they've got, especially going for some of the home brand stuff. It does tend to be cheaper. Yeah, it tastes the same. I don't really see much point in spending a huge amount more. And actually we really like Aldi for that reason. We do tend to shop there quite a bit because a lot of their stuff is very similar to the bigger brands. It tastes the same, it's just cheaper. So yeah, we definitely like to shop there. But we are going to go now, and the weather's not looking fantastic outside. It's pretty cloudy, but we're going to do a bit of a drive today and see if we can get some interesting shots. So Dan and I also have these big 1 litre bottles of water that we pretty much take everywhere with us these days, because bottled water is generally considered bad and not great for the environment. So we do tend to bring these wherever we go, and that's kind of like our drink for the day, and we might treat ourselves to a coffee. We are currently on the Portarlington waterfront, and we literally just got out of the car a couple of minutes ago to have a little picnic on the grass in the park, and it started raining, so we're back in the car again, which is a bit of a shame. However, this is our view at the moment, which is still kind of pretty. We can see out into Port Phillip Bay. It's really lovely. We also have one of these cooler bags, which is Dan's, that he received for a birthday or Christmas quite recently, and it's really handy. We take it pretty much everywhere. It actually has wheels that you can wheel it around on, which is really helpful for picnics, but helps keep the food fresh and cool and allows us to kind of like pack whatever we want on our trips. Dan and I are just going for a drive now along the coastline of Portarlington, and it's really beautiful. It's not the best weather, but it's sort of starting to clear up where we are, so it's not too bad. But we're just sort of looking at the Port Phillip area, and it's really, really lovely. Like, it goes straight along the water. I don't actually know where we're going at the moment. We're just kind of like driving, just gonna see where we end up. And once we've sort of had a quick look around, we might start taking some photos, and then we're gonna eat our snacks as well, because we have to eat our cheese and dip and everything. We're pretty excited for that. So, but yeah, this is the view right now. Don't know if you can see, but there's Melbourne all the way across the bay. We're like on the other side at the moment, but you can just see the buildings in the distance. That moment where you go to open your dip and this happens. It's like the most annoying thing ever.
God damn it. Somewhere in Portarlington or just near there along the coast. We were just driving down the road, and we happened to see out the window a shipwreck, what we thought was a shipwreck, and we were right. And so we had a stop, and you can see the shipwreck in the background. So we're just reading the sign just over there, It's called the SS Ozone, and it was deliberately sunk to create an artificial reef and protection for smaller boats. So it's actually like a ferry boat that was used in the 1800s to get people from Melbourne down to Sorrento and Queenscliff and places like that.
Photos. How did you go, Dan?
Yeah, right, I think.
Yeah, I think I took more photos than you this time actually, which is different because usually you take more landscape travel-y stuff. But I took a few photos today.
I was just taking in all the sights and the smells and I don't know, just immersing myself in the actual experience. And that sounds weird, but it's true.
It sounds very deep.
Yeah.
We have been here for roughly a couple of hours because we left around midday. We just wanted to have like an afternoon out, so it was a really nice drive down here. We are still sort of going. We wouldn't mind getting just the last bit of the sunset if we can and trying to take some photos of that. I've been using my Canon 5D Mark II with a couple of different lenses today, and some that you might not would have expected me to probably be using, but I actually have a 90-300 that originally came in my kit with my 400D when I first got that camera, and it's such an old lens and it's one that I really haven't used a lot like over the years, but I have used it a few times and it's not an overly bad lens considering it's pretty plasticky and it is a kit lens. Yeah, exactly. But I found it to work pretty well, and I thought I'd give it a go today and see how it goes with taking a few shots. So yeah, I've used that and sort of experimented with that a little bit, and then I've had my wide angle lenses. So I had a Tamron. I think the one that I was using was the 11-18. So it's quite wide and really helps to get all the objects and things in the shot. I've also used my 24-70, which is Canon, and that's just the Mark 1, it's an older one. We're at home now and we had a really nice day out, afternoon out I should say. I've just literally slept the whole way home because I was really tired for some reason. But we took a lot of photos today, so hopefully we will put some on our blog, which we will link below. And we will be doing blog posts probably weekly at this stage, I think. And so we'll probably do one for each location that we visit on a weekly basis, and tell you guys a little bit about the area that we visited and post our photos there so you can see them. And yeah, so how was your day?
It was good. Yeah, it was good to get out of the house and out of the city and away from work for a couple of hours.
I agree. Yeah, it was very nice to go down that way because we hadn't actually been past Geelong before, so it was a really pretty area, and we'll share some of our photos and stay tuned for next week's little trip.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please like and comment below and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Bye.
Bye.